What up, everybody? It's your boy Nitro from Life's Resurrection Project. How's everybody doing? Happy Monday, y'all. Gonna ask for everybody to give prayers for Brat today. She's up doing a imaging MRI PET scan in Iowa City today. A lot of you don't know the story, and it's actually not a story. I was there. So I was there for 4 days. When they transferred her from intensive care unit, as I walked with them down to move her to the surgical recovery unit, they went to do the bed swap. So you got 2 people on each side of the bed, and then usually on 3, everybody picks the patient up gently and moves them to the next bed. It didn't happen that way. So what happened is they went whenever they wanted to go, and as they were trying to transfer her, at one point they dropped her. So when they dropped her, the bed rail was down on the surgical recovery bed, and it hit her tailbone. She has a goose egg that's swelled out about 3 inches on her tailbone. And she's been fighting with these people to try to see what's wrong with her tailbone. She has a hard time walking. It's hard for her to recover from the cancer surgery when she can barely walk. She's lost almost all of the muscles in her legs. Nitro tries to help her as much as I can. Try to keep strength in her legs, try to keep her walking, keep her motivated, try to talk her through the pain. So we're just asking for prayers for Brat today. Hopefully they can figure out what happened and try to get her fixed. Now I know everybody says don't take her to a chiro, take her to a chiro. Whatever's going on with her back wasn't there when she went in for surgery, and we just want it fixed. Whether the surgeons figure it out or a chiropractor figures it out, she needs to be 100% back to some kind of a normal, because, you know, she went up there for cancer surgery and she came out with a back injury. And we'll get off that subject. Today I want to talk about some of the stuff that's going on in the world. You know, I'm a big Elon Musk fan. I was a big Nikola Tesla fan growing up as a kid. Nitro has some pretty offbeat beliefs when it comes to America trying to catch up with the rest of the world. I personally feel in today's age, we as Americans should be graduating our kids out of high school by the 6th grade. I feel that kids should be graduating college by 10th grade. This gets them through high school and through college before or right in the middle of them all hitting puberty. And I think once they hit puberty, they should all go in the military for military training for at least 2 to 4 years. Now, this is just my idea. It'll help set structure for the younger generation, I think. And not only that, you think about all these other countries, China and all these other places where the kids graduate at an early and then they all go on to become doctors. America is losing the medical system because there's not enough people in the medical fields. You know how long it is to go sit in a emergency room and wait to be seen? It's because of the lack of people we have in America going into the medical field. So you think if these kids were all graduating by 6th grade, had their doctorate degrees by 10th grade, and then maybe 2 years of military service, and then straight to clinical time in a hospital, keep these kids busy, give them a purpose, and I think America would be in a much better place. I'm not right, I'm not left, you know, and here we are. We're going into this little small window of the political world arena. But I want to tell you, whether you're right or whether you're left, either way, them people need to come together and think about the people. So we, the people in the United States, are still we, the people. I think it was Roosevelt or somebody said there's only one more word in the English dictionary that's more popular than the president, and that would be citizen. So the citizens, you know, we pretty much are supposed to be the ones that rule this country, not the politicians. And the Democrats and Republicans need to come together and work for the people. You know, and I was raised to respect, no matter who was in that White House, you had to respect them. And I've lost that respect recently. So, and I don't want anybody to think that I was a Trump fan or a Biden fan. You know, I'm a fan of whoever gets in there and does the job for we, the people. I'll leave that one at that. And when it comes to Elon Musk, man, off the top, we got to give that man credit for the things that he's doing and the things that, the places he's going. So I'm going to do, I don't know how to connect. I don't know how for him to see this, but being a millwright, I worked at a foundry. I've spent my whole life with mechanical engineers, electrical engineers, and growing up, you know, as a kid in the 60s and 70s, we didn't have all this internet and things, but I'm a pretty smart guy. If you want to put people on Mars, there's things you have to follow. Have you ever sat and watched an ant farm? Have you ever sat and watched bees? For them to change, they have to build a colony. So for him to go to Mars, dude, you have to build gas stations between here and Mars. And not only do they have to be gas stations between here and Mars, you have to set up a colony above Mars that has at least 6 to 10 ships, so that as you take things and you stop at these different stations, you're picking up and delivering parts to build a colony above Mars, so that when you start to try to put people on Mars, you have a factory above Mars that's building ships and things, housing, oxygen generators, everything you need to put on Mars, a place where you can grow food. So I would say the first thing in my mind would be to build a spaceship above Mars where you can grow food, where you can build the ships, you can build the housing, and then slowly start delivering that stuff to Mars. Just like an ant farm builds its colony, just like a beehive builds its colony. It takes worker bees, it takes the queen bee, it takes, which would be the Elon Musk in his world, the mind. But it's also going to take people like me that, you know, set these things up so that as you're traveling there, you're doing something at each stop. And then the main load from the time you go from all these different stopping points, that you're delivering goods to I want to say the station that's going to be above Mars. Before you start putting people on that planet, you got to be able to support them people. That's just my mind. That's how I think about it. But, you know, I'm just a biker. Us bikers are supposed to be stupid, so. But with that being said, everybody, so, you know, please like and subscribe to our content if you like it. Please, we're really trying to hit at least 10,000, 20,000 by June. So if you like some of the stuff we do, you know, Nitro does a bunch of his Fright Night videos. But you all know we used to be paranormal investigators, retired now. And the Fright Night stuff, it kind of gets, we get a lot of clicks and a lot of, you know, scragglers come in, and I shouldn't say scragglers, I should say people that like the content. It's clickbait. We're trying to get people to come in and follow our channel. And the ones that we do, we try to at least go in and acknowledge and follow your channel back. And all us little channels got to stick together. We're only at 2,700 subscribers, and we've been working at it over a year, and I almost gave up. And thank God for the other YouTube small channel content creators like Nitro, man. Don't give up. Keep pushing through. So we're going to keep pushing through, everybody. I really wanted to tag Elon Musk in this, but it's like my Twitter account. I had a Twitter account years ago. I can't remember my password. I've sent them 5 messages, and they're like, oh, well, you can get in if you forgot your password through your old... Sorry, the Rottweiler's trying to get in my lap. You can get in through your password if you... we're going to send you this thing to your phone number. Well, the phone number I had 10 years ago isn't the phone number I have now. So they're trying to send me a code on a phone that I can't even remember the phone number. It's funny. I've sent Twitter like 6 messages that they were supposed to get back to me on how to change my phone number so that when they send the code to me, I can link back into my Twitter account and try and tag this Elon Musk in some of Nitro's ideas. I have visions in my sleep, and I write a lot of these visions down. And I really think there's something to, if you're going to try to go to Mars, everybody, you know, you can't just fly to Mars and drop some people off. They're going to be dead. You know, there ain't no way they're going to survive when you pack them a little paper lunch sack. Be like, there you go. You know, what is it, like an 18-month round trip or 18-month trip just to get there? So even if you pack them a paper lunch, you know, that food ain't going to last very long. She actually needed that little community up above spinning around the side, up in the sky that's making food, making parts. It's a little tiny factory that's making everything that them people that are going down there are going to need. So that little ship up above Mars is going to need a hospital. It's going to need seeds. It's going to need oxygen. It's going to need ways to put these big oxygen generators. All right, everybody, my wife's calling. Like, subscribe, and share. Much love, everybody.